Hey you guys, Stockton here from Better Than Data, and in this video we are going to be exploring alternate methods of writing SQL or writing queries inside of BigQuery. So maybe you're like, hey, I want to use BigQuery with GA4, but hey, I don't want to write SQL or SQL. I don't want to write this. I don't know how. I don't know what it means. Let's explore some different options that are available to you that we found on LinkedIn and the internets that people have been sending us. So with that said, if you are looking to have a report that works, won't run into any of the API limits or any quota issues or anything, and something that has a lot of cool features baked in, then you are going to want to go and download this sheet right here. In fact, if you head to this website, then you'll be able to see this sheet that has a lot of cool things, features, bits and bobs baked into it, and you can be up and ready to rock and roll. So there is that dashboard. Now, what we're going to show you, you can actually use the BigQuery as a data source for this dashboard if you set up the right queries. So let's go ahead and explore those. Choose this right here, and here is BigQuery. So we're going to run different queries against the actual BigQuery database, but let's explore a few different methods of actually writing these queries. So this one is called GA4SQL.com, and so what we need to do is put in our table name. Does it want us to put in the events part too? .events. So if we go .events like that, is that what it wants? All right, so then let's choose a date range. Let's choose the last 30 days, and then we can choose our metrics first and then dimensions. Okay, so it's got sessions there. So we want to see sessions. Let's also take a peek at purchases, purchase revenue in USD, adds to cart. Let's do like e-commerce stuff, checkouts, add shipping, add payment, item view, item list view. Okay, that's what we want to see. Then dimensions, we want to break it down by session, source medium with session campaign, session source, a landing page for sure. Page location is gone. Device category. Oh, because it's a session. We're doing session scope stuff. So landing page is an event scoped thing, and that's why it's gray, I guess. Okay, any other like things here? Oh, event name and transaction ID. Let's see what that does. Okay, so with that, let's try that. Filters, let's just hit generate and see what it comes up with. Boom, there it is. Okay, let's go and copy this, come back over, paste it in, hit run, see what it is going to give us. All right, this is pretty nice. So here we have our source medium. Everything should be basically direct in. Oh, check this out. YouTube video link, GA4 mixed template. Someone on their tablet coming in, having all of these different events. Okay, this is pretty nice. Transaction IDs, not set, not set. Wonder what the difference between not set and null is in this case. How did they handle that? This one event had 24 checkouts. Begin checkout on desktop. Oh, you know what's missing here is date. Date as a dimension would make this much more useful. Let's go see if we can add that in. Dimension, date. So let's regenerate the query. Let's copy this. Let's come back and run this. Okay, there we go. Where'd date go? Where's date? Date. Ah, here it is. Okay, there's date. Okay, so like that one is actually like surprisingly somewhat useful. We've got the source medium campaign. So like we could explore this. We could say explore with Liquor Studio and actually see what this does in terms of usefulness. With this, what we could potentially do is give a nice source medium table with our different metrics. So for example, we got source medium. We could add in the date range as a control. So not a table, a control. So we got a date range control. Then here we want to add in all of like the session stuff. Let's see, currently it's doing a breakdown, session source medium. Remove that, but then we want to do sessions and add in all of the other just dimensions. So we've got add to cart, checkouts, transaction IDs, we do account distinct, nice view cart, just all of the different things here. Purchases, purchase revenue, item view events, item list view events, something like that. And then we could add device category as another like breakdown, or even a fixed size list, something like this. Session, do device category. And there we have some semblance of something where we could say, okay, only show me, desktop. And then all of this would filter to only show desktop or only show mobile. So that one actually seems pretty useful. So that one's pretty cool. The other thing we could add in here is if we move source medium to be up here. So like, let's make this smaller. Let's change this to be source medium, session source medium. And then here, instead of the source medium, didn't we do landing page? Yeah, so we had landing page as the dimension. So up here we control the source medium, and down here we have the landing page of all of the source mediums. And we could exclude null, make all of this bigger, sort of like, of course we do more to this, but there we go. We've got like device, source medium, landing page, and metrics. So for us, all of the purchases, which is interesting, have come from null. We need to fix UTMs on our website, but that's another story. Okay, so this one looking great. Really happy with the way this one works. Obviously, we'd want to compare this to GA4 and like see how it compares. The other one we can try is actually right here inside of BigQuery as well. So there's a tool here. If you go to GA4BQ.com, it installs a Chrome extension, which then adds this little button directly into BigQuery. So GA4BigQuery.com goes over those, like how to get that. You can close this Looker Studio report. And so let's see like what this can do for us. So we don't have a saved query, so there's nothing there yet. Built-in queries. Oh, performance by browser is the only one. Let's just try it. So browser, sessions, page views. Let's do last 30 days. Is that a thing? Or year to date, maybe something like that. Sort sessions descending. Okay, so it's putting all the things here. So if we hit generate, copy this, come back over and paste that in. Okay, this is interesting. Where is it getting like this? Where's it getting that from? Because that's not our data. Okay, so that is unfortunate. Luckily, I know how to fix it, but if you didn't know how, you'd be toast. Okay, so this should be performance by browser. So we can see how many sessions and page views we had for each one of these. Okay, interesting. I guess maybe if we're wanting to evaluate the impact of like ITP, which is Safari, then we could look at this and see, okay, Safari and app could be somewhat of a reasonable query. Let's see if we can like do our own stuff. So we've got user first acquisition. We don't want user first. So they have session ID, session number. So let's do landing page. Do we have to specify date? Source. So all I have is user first source. I don't like that. I want session, source, medium. Okay, let's grab source, medium. And then for page views or for metrics, can we grab add to cart? Yeah, here we go. Add and then view item. Okay, custom parameters. No, year to date looks good. Okay, session, secondary score. Okay, let's just see what that does. So we will copy this, come back over here, paste it in. For some reason, the from is way off. So we'll just add that in and hit run. So let's see what it gives us. Okay, we got landing page, which is null. Interesting. Then we've got date, source, medium, sessions, page views, adds to cart, and view items. I don't like how there's that many nulls. There's always the question, right? Like, why is it null? How come this person coming from ActiveCampaign is null? There is that. And then finally, the one we use a lot is Analytics Canvas. So this is what we actually use at the agency. So here we can actually choose our data set and then begin to choose all of the dimensions and metrics. So for example, I want my session data. So session date, session ID, session source medium, campaign, and then we're going to want the landing page and we're going to want the device category. Now device category is not session scoped, so you can actually, people can go from between devices within a session, which is kind of weird, and it duplicates those rows that have. So anyway, hopefully eventually they add device category as a session, so first device category, similar to what they've done with first session source, because sessions can have multiple sources in them. So session first source, session first medium, those, and they also need to add session first content and session first term to here. So we can do that, and then it generates our table for us. It will also query daily and intraday tables, so you can see the difference between their, I think, more sophisticated queries. So here, and we can actually copy this, come back over, and paste that in. So we'll go ahead and hit run, and it gives us all of the pieces. We got the date, session ID, first source, medium, campaign, as well as the landing page and the desktop category. So what we'd want to do to take this further, to make it actually usable, is we'd also want to include the event name, and then we could use another query to transform those events into metrics. So the dimension of event name into a metric, and things like that. I think we've done other YouTube videos. This will bring it in as a table. So I think by far the best and easiest one for no SQL to get this type of report is Analytics Canvas. I think like second would be here. Then I just like this one way better. This one just did not work to me. So there's my ranking, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 ways. There's 4 ways to get SQL inside of your BigQuery, or how to query your GA4 4 ways without writing SQL. There we go. That's the name of the YouTube video. Let me know if you have any questions.